Hey, what's up, you guys? This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report Daily Marketing Tips. Well, today, today is a great day. It's a Sunday. Today's a great Sunday. Those who are my clients, you know that Sunday means the Sunday morning paper, which is a newspaper tradition. And I'll tell you, folks, the newspaper has been growing businesses for since the printing press was even invented. So definitely a Sunday morning paper. Folks are at home. They're going to get up in the morning, have their coffee, go out, and it's going to feel so natural for them to grab a paper. Okay. Um, so I'm very happy that we're able to get a Sunday morning paper out and make sure that your business is being seen and recognized in your market. Now, the subject I want to talk about today is compete for your business. Why? Because most small businesses do go out of business within the first couple years because they're only focused on themselves and they think in their mind that customers know who they are and where they are and what they do. This is not true. Most of your market does not know who you are and what you do, especially if you're a new small business. You might be a cleaners, you might be a beauty salon, you might be a auto repair shop, you might be a barber shop. If you're new, nobody knows who you are. So you really have to promote your business to get your brand in front of new customers. New customers are what drives a business. Um, you might have uh, a small customer base and you think that that's going to last forever, but it doesn't because people lose jobs. People have they may have a unexpected expense and they're not able to afford your service anymore, even though they like it. So, what you have to do is you have to constantly recruit new customers in order to keep your revenue at a good pace that's going to pay your employees, pay your bills, and pay yourself. Um, so, compete for your business. Now, we already know the 1 to 10 rule. Every dollar that you spend in advertising, you know that you're going to make $10 in revenue. That's because more people are going to know about your business, more prospective customers. Um, Definitely know your customer and know your competition. You might be a beauty salon especially in this market, you may have 100 other beauty salons out there. Now, you can't get everybody. That would be a problem if you got everybody in your market because you'd be serving a small fraction of the population because you can only do so many services per day and serve so many customers per day. Um, but the main thing is you have to have the amount of customer base that fits your business need, and you might have to compete for those customers. Now, say you're in a city of 200,000 people, and there's 100 other beauty salons out there. That means that uh, you guys are really competing for a small market base. Um, it's not going to divide out evenly. It's not. Certain customers are going to be attracted to your business because of demographics. Like, for example, most of the time, I'm not saying this is the rule, but most of the time, um, say for instance a Hispanic um, or an African American beauty salon, they're more than likely going to serve Hispanics or African Americans. Um, it's just different texture of hair. It's just different things that go into completing that service. So if you know the percentage of your demographic that you are in play for, so say out of that 200,000 people, you might have 10,000 people that fit your demographic. Well, now you have to really target those 10,000 people and try to get market share out of that. So, one of the things that you really can do that can be anti competition is going, focusing your marketing towards customers that don't fit your business. That's just a waste of time. Um, but if you have done your research and you know where your customer base is, because in most cities, a lot of demographics cluster in different areas of the city. That's just a reality of United States of America. But once you've researched your demographic, you might say, well, my customers are on the east side, or my customers are on the north side, my customers are on the south side. Once you've identified that, then you have to really aggressively go after that customer base. But you have to also know there might be 100 other beauty salons out there, but how many beauty salons serve your customers? That is a question. So you might have out of that 100 beauty salons, you might have 20 that are your real competition for that 10,000 people. Now, you have to get there and compete. You can't have the attitude that, well, I don't compete. Everybody, because guess what? If you believe in your service and you believe that you do the best job for customers, it's only fair to the market and to your employees and to your business that you aggressively go after that customer base. It's only fair. I think that if you know that your business is inferior, then maybe you can try to seek some extra training. Maybe you can try to seek some extra experience that will make you better, um, and able to compete. Because honestly, if customer X goes to the best beauty salon, that's perfect. But if customer X goes to the second best beauty salon, it's the customer's choice, but it's actually not fair to the customer because they could have went to the best and got better service. So in that case, you can research your competition, see what makes them the best. Um, a lot of times you can even recruit an employee from them, uh, and it would make your beauty salon better, right? Or a lot of times you can research the training that the best beauty salon was able to get to be the best, and you can try to get as close to that as possible so that one thing that'll happen is if that customer experiences you and they've experienced the best, that can create a negative experience for the customer, which can also be detrimental to your brand and to your business. So try to be the try to increase your training, increase your expertise, increase your experience so that you can be as close to the best as you possibly can. Now you're ready to compete. You have your logo, you have a clean shop, you have you're delivering on what the customer wants. Now you're ready to compete. So at that point, I would like for you guys to aggressively go after your target market. We're going to talk about target marketing in another video, but for the sake of competing, you want to you don't want to gear your marketing towards the 190,000 that are not your customers, and your competition is busy targeting the people that are your customers. That would put you at a disadvantage. So do your research, figure out what would make you the best or close to the best in your service or in your industry. Be that and go after your target market. Business is competing. If you're not willing to compete for your business, then you're probably going to be a part of that 90% that doesn't make it within the first couple years. Um, there is a fair amount of if you're not good, then ignoring negativity is not a good strategy. Um, get better. I like what Jim Rohn says. Instead of trying to uh, have less problems, get better so that you're able to get over those problems better. Um, it's just a little discussion today about competing and trying to be the best you can be. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, competition makes everyone better. Even if you look at the example in sports, when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird hit the league, the NBA took off because there was now competition. It was no longer a dominant player like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain, who just sucked all the energy out, and Bill Russell, and they just won all the championships. The 60s, the Celtics won all the championships except for maybe one. Uh, that didn't do much good for the league. It was great for the Celtic fans, but it didn't do much for the league because the competition was down and fans did not have the parity. And the NBA put in certain rules like the draft. And if you're last in the draft, you get the first place pick. So you get a chance to get better really quickly. But that team, even with that best player, still has to figure out what are the practice techniques, what are the coaching techniques, what are the plays, what are some of the tactics that the best teams use to win those championships. Um, Once you research that, you're going to be ready to compete, and it's just going to be better for the fans, better for the customers if they have more choices that are going to be quality choices. Now you're ready to compete. Well, I'm telling you, folks, it's worth doing because if you have a successful business, it can really impact your family for many generations. It can impact the community for many generations. And it's just overall going to make a better market for your particular industry. Well, I want you guys to think about that and think about ways that you can get better. Think about who is considered the best. If you think you're the best and you know you're not, there's no reason why you should say I'm the best and you're really not, because that's not helping anybody. But get as close to being the best by using these techniques, the training, the research, um, and that's going to be so much better for everyone if they have more choices in the market. And now you're competing to be the choice. Well, think about this before I get out of here. If you're not growing, you're dying in business. So always think about getting new customers and always think about retaining your loyal customer base. I'll say that one more time. Always compete for new customers and think about satisfying your loyal customer base. That may be every third time you get so much off, or some type of appreciation or something like that. But for the new customers, you might be thinking about a sale. You might be thinking about a particular time of the month where you give discounts for those who try something first for the first time. And then they're going to be tempted to try you out, and they may say, hey, you're better than the guy I was going to before. You never know, but you got to always be cycling in those new customers. All right, guys, if you're not growing, you're dying. Well, it's a great discussion here on a Sunday. I hope those who are in the Sunday morning paper on the ad sheet, hey, guys, let's look forward to having a great week. And a lot of those customers are going to come to your shop and see what's going on there. Also, I want you guys to be thinking about ways to get better. Well, this is WD3. This is your Hill Report Daily Marketing Tips. And I want you guys thinking about how we're going to get sales, sales, sales. All right, guys.